Okay, we are from Mathematics department. Okay, our MIP, mini investigation project, is very simple saja. It's quite simple with a title Standardized Test Boosting Motivation and Competitiveness. Okay, in the content of our presentation will be number one is introduction, identifying a problem, identifying the possible reasons of the problem, research questions, methodology, process, results and findings, benefits, and conclusion. And perhaps the last part is question and answers or citation. Okay, student motivation plays an important role in boosting student achievement. No matter how well designed a curriculum is and how good teaching is, it is difficult to improve achievement for students who lack motivation. Do you agree with this statement? Yes, you agree. Okay, when we were talking about the MIP, okay, the four of us meet several times. Okay, we have a discussion and we do the brainwash, and we agreed that most of us agreed that some of our students are less performed in their topical tests. Okay, they did not do well in their topical test. As you know that after we finish our topic when we teaching, so we tend to give a topical test. Okay, some students, we are surprisingly some students they did not do well in the topical test. Okay. Okay. Through our discussion, okay, there are several reasons for this. We think that there are several reasons for this. Number one, maybe the students think that the test is less important. As you know that the typical test, the marks will not be included in their end of year exam or in their qualifying exam and even in their A-level exam. Okay, so they feel that it is less important, and some of them lack of preparation, so less preparation. Even some students, they did not prepare at all. Okay, they just come into the class and sit for the test. That's it. And maybe the teacher set up the questions a bit difficult. Okay, maybe the question is not into standard questions. Okay, it's difficult or it's too easy and so on. And there are also lack of motivation from the students. Okay, and also less competitive. They feel it less competitive because they only compete among their classmates. Okay, they compete only within the classrooms here, di dalam classroom itu saja. They compete, so they feel that it is less competitive. For example, in my class, there are only one or two very good students. Even though they got low marks, for example, 70%, still they top in their class. So they feel that they don't need to do very well in the topical test because they know they only compete within their class. Okay, so what we are trying to investigate here in our project, okay, the research question: can standardized tests motivate students to achieve better results? Okay, do they put too much pressure on the students and end up demotivating them instead? Do tests make students feel competitive? So this is what we are trying to find out. Okay, the methodology of this project. Okay, in this project we are going to use standardized tests, okay, to investigate whether it may or may not boost students' motivation and competitiveness and thus improve their achievement. We want to see either the motivation or competitiveness, okay, can improve their achievement. Okay, if they are motivated, if they feel they are competing each other, so will this improve their results? Okay, standardized test is one that is designed with the same questions and the same marking system. Okay, and the tests are set in such a way that students of the same level are to answer the same questions on the same day. Okay. Okay, the process of our project, actually we started somewhere in February last time, okay, this year, somewhere in February this year. Okay, how we set the standardized test. The 4 of us contribute some questions. Okay, the 4 of us contribute some questions, and then one person will compile the questions. Okay, and then the 4 of us meet and we will choose, okay, the appropriate questions to be included in the test. Even sometimes we modify the questions. Okay, we will modify the questions, and then we also discuss the marking scheme. Okay, and then after finish doing that one, then we give the test to the students. We select one day, and then we give this test to the students. And after the test, okay, if we have time, then we do the corrections. Okay, usually the test is for 40 minutes. Okay, only for 40 minutes, and the remaining 20 minutes, if we have time, then we will do corrections straight away. Okay. Okay, after we finish on marking the papers, okay, then the marks we will give to Cikgu Kuan for the ranking. Okay, Cikgu Kuan will do the ranking, okay, for the whole maths block students of U6. Alright, and we will display the ranking, the name of students, in the mathematics board, and we only show or display the ranking for those students who pass the test. Only students who pass the test. So for those who fail the test, the name will be not there. Okay, only students who pass the test. The reason we do this one because we don't want the students who fail the test to feel ashamed. Okay, we don't want to humiliate them. And also to give motivation to them, especially for those who fail, if they want their name to be on the board, on the display board for the next test, so they have to work hard and they have to pass the test, so that they will have their name on the board. And we also hoping that by doing the ranking, okay, by doing this ranking, the students will be motivated, and the students will like to compete, not only among their classmates, but also among all the maths block. Okay, we want them to compete with all the maths block. Usually we see they compete only at the end of the year, okay, or during the progress test. But this time we want them to compete in their topical test. And then we also do the remedial class. So how we do the remedial class? We gather the students who fail the test. Okay, we gather the students who fail the test, and one teacher, usually the teacher who set up the test, will do the remedial. Okay, we'll do the remedial. So this will save our time. Okay, for example, my block 3, my students who, let's say there are 2 students fail in my block and 3 students from Cikgu Azrin and 4 from Cikgu Kuan. So we gather them, and then one teacher will do the remedial with them. Okay, our constraint is to have the same time with them. Okay, since they have other commitment. For example, especially the science students, they usually have practical in the afternoon. So it's difficult for us to gather all of them free at the same time. Okay, that is our constraint. And the last part of the investigation, this project, we give a questionnaire. Okay, we give some questions for them to answer. All right. So for the next presentation, I give it to Cikgu Azrin.
Talking about result and finding. Yeah, so you can use that in your class. So under result and findings, so we are ranking, okay, test 1 and test 2, we rank them. So test 1 and test 2 are composed of paper 3 only. The question is on component paper 3, pure maths. Okay, so this is the pie chart. Okay, you can see the sector here in blue. There's a rise in marks. Almost half of the students ranking from test 1 and test 2. When we compare test 1 and test 2, 45 students increase in marks. None of them maintain the marks, and 46 drop. Okay, that is for test 1, test 2 for paper 3. So let's look at the next one. Okay, Test 3 and Test 4, this is on paper 6, statistic. So we can see here that the blue sector rise in marks, so which is 52.75%. Only 6 constant meaning that in Test 3 and Test 4, they got the same marks from Test 3 compared with Test 4, and 37 of them drop in the marks. Okay, so that's why the sector here is 40.66%. Okay, the next one. This is an example of questionnaire that we gave to students at the end of the standardized test. Okay, so we are focusing on motivation and also competitiveness. So these are the example of questions, which is, okay, just read a few of them. I am motivated to study harder for the upcoming test. I am motivated to achieve better grades. So they are to tick whether they agree, neutral or disagree. And then under competitiveness, for example, I'm only worried about my results. So I get frustrated if my friends did better than me in the test. Okay, you can see afterwards sample of papers or questionnaire that is being answered by our student. And this column here, they need to tick whether they agree that standardized tests are helpful. Okay, so next slide. Okay, these are from cohort 1 student, one of the students. Okay, I will show you the pie chart of this finding for agree, neutral and disagree. But what I'm going to say here is that this part, question 3, do you think that standardized topical tests are helpful? Okay, this student said yes. Reason, it makes me to study maths every time there is a test. And then he or she even suggested that do it more frequent. Okay, it shows a positive impact on the students. Okay, next. Okay, this student also from cohort 1. Okay, now what the student answered is, I realized or found out which topic I'm weak at, and it makes me want to do more work on that topic. It also helped to push me and motivate me to do revision and discussion. I don't mind if my friends do better than me. I just want to get better and better. Once again, positive remarks from students. Next one. These are an example from cohort 2 students. Okay. So again, this student answered yes. And then the reason, we never know what will the question be during the exam, but this test helped me to think even harder, or meaning that even better. Okay. So the next questionnaire, coming from cohort 2 student as well. Okay, this student said, it makes me study, however, I felt pressured every time when I sit for the test. As for revising time, my time was so packed, hence I feel frustrated if I already revised, but the result was worse. Okay, so what we can see here, there is still a sense of motivation because every time when I sit for the test, okay, meaning that this student is not give up with the test, he or she still try his best or her best to do the test. Okay. Next one. Okay, these are the findings from motivation. The one. Okay, this is the pie chart of just now. The pie chart explains everything about this column. Okay, the first one, our findings on motivation. I am motivated to study harder for the upcoming test. So you can see the blue sector from this pie chart tells everything. Okay, 68.18 agree. 68.18 agree with the question saying that I am motivated to study harder for the upcoming test. Okay, the next one, I am motivated to achieve better grades. Once again, you can see the blue sector is 79.55%, and only 20.45% disagree with the statement that they are motivated to achieve better grades. Okay, Cikgu Almasri would like to add something.
Okay, we noticed also the number of students that coming to us and asking for the questions before the test has increased up. It shows that they're worried about this standardized test. Okay, compared before when we do the topical test at our own, compared with the standardized one. So they're a bit worried and they want to do well in their test. It shows that they want to do well in the test because most of them before the test they come and see us. Okay.
Okay, the next one, still under motivation, the next question. I like tests because they make me study. Once again, the blue sector represent the positive impact from the student. They agree, yeah? So more, almost half of them agree that they like the test because they make them study. And here, even if I work hard, I am going to fail the test anyway. The blue sector represent that they disagree. Okay, this one. Don't be confused with the first one. So the blue sector saying that they are disagree with even if I work hard, I am going to fail the test. Okay, so only 37.50 or 6 of them agree with the statement that they even if I work hard, I'm going to fail the test anyway. Okay. Next one. Okay, findings under competitiveness. The questionnaire, one of the questionnaire, the question is, I am eager to know what my marks are. Once again, the blue sector is 56.82. Okay, so meaning that they agree. Okay, 50 out of 8, here is 88. Okay, 50 out of 88 agree that they are eager to know what their marks are. And then the next question, I am eager to know if my friends did well in the test. Not really, but still the sector is quite big with the disagree. So they agree that they are eager to know if their friends did well in the test. So saying that is a sense of competitiveness is there in the class. Next one. Okay, the last question I think. I like tests because I can check if I have improved or not. Yes. This pie chart tells us the answer because the blue sector is 68.18. That they agree that the test can check if they have improved or not. Okay, what is the benefits of standardized tests having this project? So there are collaboration among tutors, meaning that the 4 of us, okay, collaboration among 4 of us in setting up the topical test. We actually learning from each other. The 4 of us are learning from each other because we sit together, discuss, and we give the best to our students. Okay? And the next one, the 4 of us can more accurately monitor students' learning and progress as a whole group for that academic year. So meaning that Cikgu Kuan's students, myself, Cikgu Almasri, and also Dayaku. So we can accurately monitor their learning and progress. And the next one, our students, the current upper 6 who are taking maths, know where their level are from the ranking. Okay, they should because the marks, okay, the marks is ranked, so we post them on maths notice boards. Okay, so that's why they know where their level are, whether they are in the top rank or in the critical level. Okay, so the next one, our current upper 6 who are taking maths know their strengths and weaknesses. Okay, and then our students also keen for the next test, and then students are more enthusiastic in the subject. Okay, so as a conclusion for our MIP, our mini investigation project in the maths department, standardized tests do boost students' motivation to achieve better results. Okay, these tests also do pressure the students, but motivating them to study instead. Okay, and then the last one, the standardized tests do make students feel competitive. So all of these questions have been answered from the survey form actually. Okay? And then that's all. This is Mr. Lim.